Hello and welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to talk about the LG Magic Remote or other devices where you might have a mouse input, how to do that with Lightning. And so recently we just updated the useMouse. There was actually a PR from the community, so thank you for that. And I just want to go through some of the changes and how to do mouse support. So I've updated the demo app to support mouse, and you'll notice as I move my mouse over the different thumbnails, it actually shows a focus event or a hover event. And this one is what currently has focus, but as I move over the other ones, I now have hover. And that's something new that just got added. So I'm going to bring in my terminal. And so now you actually have the ability to add an additional state. So there's a hover state that's being added with use mouse. So in your app, you just use mouse and you can set custom states of a hover state. There's also a press state. So when the user clicks on it, it will add the press state. That might change in a little bit where we'll do a mouse down versus a mouse up. So expect that to be coming soon, but you can still get started with using mouse. And again, this is the use mouse primitive. You can just go to the browse page here. And we have the virtual grid. So this is actually the virtual grid with thumbnail. And thumbnail now has two new states to it, a dollar hover and a dollar pressed. And so the dollar hover, all I did was change the scale a little bit, change the width of the border, and that's what you get. So I can also click on this. I actually have a breakpoint here, which you can see it setting the pressed event. But it navigates to another page, and I can actually continue to hover. I can go over here. I can click back on the different events, and everything just works. It's very, very simple to add use mouse. The one thing that you want to be mindful of is, what actually has focus. Because a lot of times Lightning is the index. You can put elements over top of other elements and not see them. So one thing you want to be mindful of is just use the inspector. So I have the inspector enabled and I can use my browser and I can just go up and down and see like these are all my elements. So if I move the mouse over it, it will be there. Because sometimes what you'll have is like if I have this left nav, this is creating an element with a drop shout over it. And if I try to put my mouse, you'll notice that this still gets a little bit of focus, but if I move over a little bit, it doesn't. And how this works is the mouse is looking for elements that has certain properties on it. So it needs a focus event, a focus state, a on mouse click. So that's actually something new that got added to use mouse. So I'll actually bring over the code for use mouse real quick so we can go through it. So there is an on mouse click. Give me 1 second to bring this up. There's a few things. So these are all the properties. So an element, in order for it to receive focus, needs either an on enter, an on mouse click, an on focus event handler. It needs to have a style property for the focus style, or it needs the style property for the hover style. So if it doesn't have one of those things, it cannot receive focus. It cannot receive a click event. And then with click event, there are two things that happen. By default, I like to use the on enter. But if you have very specific logic for click event that you want to do differently from on enter, what will happen is it will call on mouse click first. And so if you respond with on mouse click, on enter does not get called. So it's either one or the other, but not both. The other thing that I just want to show off real quick is we have the ability to scroll up and down. So if you actually use the scroll mouse, that is the same as sending an on up and an on down key event. So it's actually going to move based on pressing on up and on down. So it's the exact same thing. I can press down on my keyboard, or I can use the scroll event and that will move things up and down. So that's all I really wanted to share. Hopefully that helps with those who are looking to use LG Magic Mouse for LG TVs. And like always, if you have questions or comments or anything else you want me to explain, feel free to drop some comments on the video, like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.